Dying Light. The Beast Kyle Crane's Supercharged Sequel Gameplay Overview. Dying Light. The Beast supercharges the series by unleashing a fiercely enhanced Kyle Crane in a hostile and thrilling new chapter that promises to reignite fans' passion. But here's where it gets controversial. Is this sequel truly a step forward, or merely a nostalgic return to form? Let's dive into the details. The Dying Light franchise quickly cemented itself as a standout in the zombie genre, thanks to its unique blend of intense first-person combat and fluid parkour movement, all set within expansive, menacing open worlds. Up until now, these games have delivered a crisp, adrenaline-fueled survival experience that fans love. With the upcoming Dying Light, the developers at Techland have decided to revisit the original game's spirit, with a sharper, more focused storyline and a supercharged Kyle Crane navigating an even deadlier environment. After spending over 4 hours exploring the opening sequences of the Beast, I felt right back in the shoes of Kyle Crane, who now faces a far more feral and unforgiving world after the events of the second game. Playing the Beast feels like experiencing the original Dying Light in turbo mode, so much so that you could almost consider it a super Dying Light. Let's break down 6 key upgrades that make this sequel not only exciting but transformative. 1. A sharper narrative focus with Kyle Crane front and center. While Dying Light 2 ambitiously aimed for a sprawling RPG experience with branching storylines influenced by player choices, many felt it didn't quite hit the mark on a grand scale. The Beast zooms back in on a tighter, more personal narrative, centered on Kyle Crane and his quest for vengeance following horrific experiments he endured after the shocking finale of Dying Light 1's expansion, The Following. Now driven by a burning desire to confront the mysterious and dangerous antagonist known as the Baron, Crane must relearn survival tactics and harness powerful new abilities to even the odds. This installment enriches the storytelling with Mass Effect-style dialogue interactions. These conversations are more than just chatter. They deepen Crane's understanding of the complex world of Castor Woods, unveil key plot points, and provide insightful tidbits of Dying Light lore. I found this focused narrative approach refreshing, especially seeing Crane take a more central role. Plus, it's a great way to catch up on how the world has shifted since Dying Light 2. 2. Jump right into the action. No time to waste. Right from the start, the Beast signals that this is a much tougher and more intense chapter. Already aggressive and dangerous, the infected enemies will pounce the moment you slip up, keeping you on edge. Thankfully, Kyle Crane's skill set has also evolved significantly. Abilities that were previously locked behind various skill trees, such as parkour-enhanced high jumps and counter-grabs, are now part of Crane's core moveset, ready to use from the get-go. Even cooler, you gain access to fresh takedown moves on weakened foes, serving as brutal glory kills for both minor and elite infected. This feature lets you dispatch enemies stylishly without grinding endlessly to reclaim foundational skills. This immediate empowerment made me feel ready and confident to confront enemies wielding hammers or machetes, especially with Crane's new beast-like powers coursing through him. Of course, combat still carries its challenges. There were moments I had to flee tactically to heal, but unlocking new skills like the returning flying drop kick or more powerful beast abilities really turned the tide in tough fights. 3. Streamlined skill system that puts you in control. Earlier entries scattered abilities across separate combat, parkour and survival skill trees, encouraging players to grow their character based on their preferred playstyle, but sometimes resulting in uneven power growth. The Beast simplifies this by adopting a traditional leveling system with a single pool of skill points that you can allocate across combat and movement abilities however you like. This balanced approach prevents the uneven character development issues seen in the previous games. However, unlocking the special Beast skill tree isn't handed to you easily. To cultivate these potent powers, you must defeat chimera bosses lurking throughout the dangerous expanse of Castor Woods, discovered both during story quests and secret explorations. Each chimera vanquished rewards Crane with a sample that unlocks ever stronger beast abilities, adding an extra layer of challenge and excitement. 4. Embrace the power of Beast Mode. Perhaps the most long-awaited addition, Beast Mode finally brings to life a suite of supercharged abilities teased throughout the series. When you deal or receive enough damage, Crane automatically shifts into this heightened state, dramatically boosting his speed, melee power, and agility. It's like flipping a switch that transforms him into an unstoppable force against both common and elite enemies. Beast Mode unlocks new powerful moves including a running jump, devastating ground slam, and even the ability to pick up and hurl large boulders, mimicking the fearsome bruiser infected of earlier games. The developers liken this state to grabbing a power pellet in Pac-Man, turning the tide against enemies who suddenly seem weak and vulnerable. While this burst of strength is extremely satisfying and often a lifesaver, it does come with quirks. Activating automatically when the meter fills can feel awkward if you're winding down a fight or navigating quieter moments. 5. Darker, scarier nights bring survival horror back. One of the signature moments in any Dying Light game is when night falls, shifting the atmosphere from tense survival to pure horror as volatile infected emerge, hunting you relentlessly. Dying Light 2 opted to tone down this aspect to make the nighttime gameplay less punishing, which, while more accessible, diluted the primal fear inherent to the nighttime experience. The Beast unapologetically returns to the franchise's roots by embracing that original, relentless sense of danger. Even with Kyle's enhanced beast powers and improved arsenal, nighttime remains terrifying. In one intense instance, I found myself stranded on the rooftops of the Old Town district, stalked by 3 highly intelligent and aggressive volatile infected. Missing a jump landed me in the open streets, escalating the threat instantly. This balance, empowering you yet reminding you of your vulnerability, is what the Beast captures spectacularly well, maintaining nail-biting tension without feeling unfair. 6. Not just an expansion, a full-fledged sequel. There was a genuine worry among fans, myself included, that the Beast might end up feeling like a modest expansion rather than a complete new game. After my hands-on time, Techland has clearly demonstrated that this title stands on its own as a proper sequel. The game's scale is reminiscent of the original Dying Light, a sweet spot for delivering tense, aggressive open-world survival without the overwhelming complexity of the sequel. What's truly compelling about The Beast is how it successfully fuses the best elements of the original and the second game. It brings a more deliberate narrative focus and deeper character moments from Dying Light 2 together with the high-stakes, adrenaline-pumping action and combat intensity from the first, shedding the choice paralysis and sprawling narrative of its predecessor. Unleash the Beast. Hands-on with Dying Light's brutal new chapter. Imagine being chased through a serene forest by dozens of rotting zombies. Your only defense a rusty shovel, until primal rage consumes you, and you become the hunter. That's Dying Light. The Beast in a nutshell. A breathtakingly brutal fight for survival where you're the most terrifying monster of all. But hold that thought. We're diving deep into this visceral preview experience, and trust me, you'll want to hear how this forest transforms from peaceful to pure nightmare fuel. Just 2 hours into my hands-on session with Techland's upcoming sequel, I found myself jogging through what should have been an idyllic woodland retreat. Pine-scented trails, cozy cabins, scenic park benches, all horrifyingly overrun by groaning undead. I tried sneaking past them, heartbeat pounding, until a massive horde spotted me. Swinging my shovel desperately, I felt utterly overwhelmed, until my rage meter hit max suddenly. I wasn't prey anymore. With a guttural roar, I morphed into a hulking beast, tearing zombies apart limb by limb until the red mist faded, leaving me human and shaken in that corpse-strewn paradise. Now here's the backstory. At a recent Los Angeles preview event, Techland, the Polish studio behind the franchise, invited me and other journalists to experience Dying Light, the Beast. This marks the 3rd main entry in their acclaimed series, which masterfully blends first-person parkour with zombie horror. What's shocking? After the 7-year gap between the 2015 original and 2022's Dying Light 2, this sequel arrives just 3 years later, launching August 22, 2025. According to franchise director Timon Smektala, it's a deliberate return to the raw terror that defined the first game. We want to recapture that fear and tension, he confessed. Somehow we nailed that balance perfectly back then, maybe beginner's luck. And we're chasing that magic again. Part of that atmosphere comes from the comeback of Kyle Crane, the first game's protagonist. Locked in an underground lab for a decade while the zombie plague he failed to contain ravaged the world, Crane emerges to discover horrifying side effects from his captivity. uncontrollable bursts of superhuman strength and bloodlust. Talk about cosmic irony. He literally becomes a monster to destroy monsters. But here's where the setting gets controversial. Unlike prior games' urban sprawls, the beast shifts to Castor Woods, a sprawling forest resembling a national park. Techland gambled that their signature parkour, where fleeing zombies beats fighting them, would work in this radically different biome. Can you hide behind trees or lose pursuers in dense foliage? Absolutely, Smectala teased. But forests hide unknown threats behind every trunk. We love making players feel fragile. And fragile I felt. During my preview, I'd confidently bash 2 zombies, only to be ambushed by 6 more. Combat is deliberately weighty and exhausting. Dodging attacks while chipping away at enemies with scarce ammo felt like a desperate dance. But when my rage meter filled during these dire moments, Beast Mode activated, transforming me into a whirlwind of claws and fury. This mechanic is crucial for flipping hopeless battles, and surprisingly inspired by Pac-Man. Think about it, Smectala grinned. Pac-Man's a survival game too. You're weak until power pellets let you chase ghosts. That cathartic power rush? That's Beast Mode. Controversy hook. Is this shift from urban to wilderness a brilliant evolution or a betrayal of the series' identity? Techland's answer lies in nuanced design tweaks. Your rage meter fills faster when swarmed or chased at night, creating those last stand moments organically. You genuinely feel doomed, then bam! The meter charges and you reverse the fight, Smectala emphasized. This invisibly heightens tension without feeling game-wide. Now don't think Beast Mode is your only escape. While paragliding from Dying Light 2 is gone, I commandeered abandoned cars to flee hordes. Until gas ran out, refueling spots and fuel-saving skills exist, thankfully. And the gore? Brace yourself. Techland's upgraded C-engine doubles zombie wound details. Strikes to heads or torsos show matching injuries. They even filmed real actors smearing fake blood to digitize ultra-realistic splatters. That blood trail on a wall? An actual person dragged themselves to create it, Smectala revealed. After escaping the lab, my crane awoke in the domain of the Baron. A sadistic noble ruling this European forest, inspired by Switzerland, developers hinted. His soldier patrols add human threats, but they're tame compared to the chimeras. Grotesque mutants born from the Baron's failed experiments. Clearing a zombie-infested monastery created my first safe house, where I battled a gas mask boss. Post-victory, scientist Olivia appeared, offering an alliance. She took the creature's blood and convinced Crane to inject himself, upgrading his beast mode permanently. Hunting chimeras now fuels a skill tree, unlocking devastating moves like ground slams. Here's the addictive loop. Explore the vast open world completing story missions or side quests, scavenge resources, craft weapons. I built a bow, then painstakingly crafted arrows, and secure safe houses. These havens are vital for surviving nights when volatiles, terrifying nocturnal zombies, emerge. While sleeping avoids danger, rare loot zombies only appear at night, creating a delicious risk-reward tension. But here's a divisive twist. Some areas have steep level thresholds. When I spotted an abandoned mental hospital across a river, likely packed with gear, it sat 8 levels above me. Attempting it felt suicidal. You can bridge level gaps with better weapons found in high-risk zones. I raided a military convoy for upgrades, but this design choice will spark debate. Does it encourage exploration or unfairly punish curiosity? Co-op fans, note this. While you can team with 3 friends, Techland scales difficulty brutally. More zombies spawn, they hit harder with area attacks, and chimeras become raid bosses requiring coordinated tactics. During my preview, I barely defeated a swamp-dwelling chimera that darted through fog like Left 4 Dead's witch, then faced a tunnel-dwelling brute with a concrete slab arm. These fights felt like unique gladiator battles, culminating in a hooded nemesis who, when unmasked, revealed Crane's own face. Failed experiment? Dark mirror? My preview ended with chills and one burning question. Who is the real beast? Stepping away, I felt the open world hooks deep in my bones, craving one more chimera hunt, one more safe house, one more crafted weapon. Dying Light. The Beast isn't just a sequel, it's a raw, primal scream of survival. It launches August 22nd on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X/S. Now tell me your take. Does leaning into horror over action honor Dying Light's roots? Or does the forest setting lose the series' urban soul? And what does that final face reveal mean for Crane? Sound off below. I'm dying to hear your theories.